Hello.
Good evening. How are you?
Fantastic.
Very nice to hear that. How was your day?
It's fine. Very
Good.
nice.
The day was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice. And yesterday you said you wanted to talk about parenting, and today the session notes assigned to you is parenthood.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Call it a coincidence?
No, actually, I knew it. I went through the topic.
Okay.
Yeah. When I booked the session, normally when I book the session, see the
You
topic.
go through the topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw that parent, but I didn't read it properly.
Okay,
Uh,
that's cool.
but
Yeah.
no, today I read also. I read.
Okay. Okay, so tell me, you said you have a lot of experiences to share about parenting.
Yeah, I believe
So,
actually parenting has been changed since
right,
my generation. Yeah, totally
right,
changed. Means how we were nurtured or how we were raised. This is totally different.
correct,
What new generation is doing, because
right.
I see my daughter, and she has a 10-year-old boy, son. So I see how they are parenting, and how I were raised. It is totally different. So what happened that time? I think people didn't have this knowledge. Actually, this is social media or anything was not there. So in that time actually, and my mother was illiterate. She never went to school. So she didn't know anything about parenting, and my father was very busy because we were six siblings, and he was a clerk in LIC actually. So I come from humble family. So what happened? He didn't have time, and mother did not study. So they didn't know actually that effect if you beat the child.
Uh,
So that is why, for unfortunately, I was beaten a lot. Not only in the home, at home, I was
School too.
beaten in the school also, because and that time I tell you, if your parents are beating or mother or father is beating, and if you don't cry, then they will beat again. Why don't you cry? I am beating you. And if you cry, then they will ask you to keep silent.
And
Keep
beat you
silent.
more.
Don't cry. So this is
Right.
how they used to beat. And so I went through that situation. I was beaten a lot, not only here in the proper palms here.
Oh my God.
And so this is how I was raised. And nowadays the children are so means fortunate that government has
Yeah,
banned, you parents cannot beat, or
beat.
teachers also cannot beat
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So that is how what is happening, I tell you, that the pros and cons everywhere is there. So here what I'm feeling, if parents are not beating or not scolding, and teachers also are not allowed to do the same, so students don't know or children don't know how to adjust, how to bear that threatening, that scolding, that beating. And all of a sudden when they go out for
Into the
job
world.
into the world, and they work somewhere, and the boss starts scolding, they can't bear it, they don't know how to manage, because they were never scolded. So we can manage because we were scolded. So I think it is very less than I have already faced. so
Very
so
true.
we can adjust, and we know how to manage this problem. But new generation doesn't know, and
Correct.
this will be problem in the future when they will be scolded by the boss.
Hmm.
And if they will work actually, then it they have to go through this
Correct.
phase.
The process, yeah.
Yeah, so the process. So that is why I tell you. So what happened actually that time, in my time, first of all, I tell you, our parents were uh, authoritarian, you can say.
Mm.
Authoritarian means they wanted to impose the orders, and
Right.
we had to obey. They didn't listen to us.
Mm.
They didn't want any intervention, any interference, you can say. uh, because whatever they said, I had to obey.
Obey,
There
yes.
was no alternative. And if you speak, then they
Correct.
started beating. Yeah, so that is how we were raised here. So that was the that time actually authoritarian, you can say, authoritarian actually. So that is now next is actually that permissive. Permissive means actually where parents treat the children as friends, and
Ah,
that is also not correct.
it's not right, yes.
There must be some discipline
Boundaries should be
boundaries
established.
between children and parents.
Correct.
If the child puts the hand on the shoulder of the parent, it is not correct actually.
Correct, correct.
Because he is not respecting parent. And if parents allow them, it is also not correct.
Right.
Because if you are making your children friends, then how will you impose
Discipline them.
order, or how will you make them understand to
Correct.
the respect, the regard, and the discipline, anything? Because you have made your child parent, so he can discuss anything with you, whereas some limitations must be there, some boundaries
Yes.
must be there,
Boundaries must be there,
must be
yes.
there. So that is also not good. So this is permissive is also not good, I don't believe. And the third is uninvolvement, or you can say uninvolved parents. Uninvolved parents, actually the parents who don't care about the children. They
Yeah, no.
think that I have given them birth, now they will raise themselves. So this is called uninvolved actually. They have neglected the children. And they neither beat nor teach. They
Very
don't,
true.
do anything, and that
Correct.
is how they actually, uh, you can say, grow in this way only. So this is also not good. So but what is the best thing actually, I believe?
There's one more category, if I may interrupt.
Yeah, I'm telling, authoritative. Authoritative is the best way to parent actually, I tell you. Because in this way, that parents orders or order the children, and children obey it. And at the same time, they make them understand what is right, what is wrong, why should not you do it, why should you do it. Everything they make them understand. And if child doesn't obey, then they become strict, little strict. And that is very important. Sometimes you must love your child, sometimes you must be strict. So that is how you can understand. This is the best way how we must parent, must raise our children in this way. That we must be, there some be there must be some restrictions, and there must be some means emotions also. You must encourage your children, and when they do something good or well, you just encourage, well done my boy, keep it up, you can do it. This is how. And suppose he gets 33% marks in the examination, don't beat him, don't scold him. Tell them, or tell him or her, that don't worry, my child, there is a scope of 67%. So you can do better in the next exam. Why don't you think that? In that way, you have got 33%. The student who has got 80%, chances of improvement is 20%. But you got 33%, chances of improvement 67%. So then keep it up and don't worry, I am with you. You are not yet there, but one day you will be here. And this is how you should encourage. And I tell you that child will be encouraged,
Yes.
motivated, and he
Yes.
will start really
Yes.
studies hard.
Yes.
And he will show you that result, I tell you. But if you have started beating or scolding, his his moral has gone down, or you can say that the motivation, he will be demotivated, you can say. And then he will not study, he will say, okay, I will not study, do whatever you want. And this is how you cannot control him. Now he will go on wrong path, and he can spoil his career also, or her career also. So this is how we must raise our children.
What do you think of children growing up in nuclear families?
See, nuclear family is not good actually, I believe, for children, because at least uh, uh, grandparents must be there with them, because grandparents have enough time to spend with children, and they can teach them religious things, spiritual things, and discipline,
Morals.
respect, how to respect elders, everything, and through some stories, morals of the stories, bedtime stories, because parents don't have time, both are working nowadays. So if you are, and sometimes they keep some governess or some servant to take care of the children, they spoil them, because they have not studied ever, and they have never went to gone to school, they don't know what to do, what not. So they are not literate actually. So that is why they teach them, or they advise them according to their knowledge. So this
Right.
is also harmful. And on the other hand, because grandparents are not there, and maid is not worried at all, so they can use, so suppose they have mobile phone, so they can spoil them at uh, the fullest. Means they can do anything, and they can go to such sites where they must not go. And this is how actually the nuclear family, I don't believe, is better. Combined family or joint family is better, because there are elders, and they teach you discipline, and discipline is very important, I believe. Some people ask, some students ask me a question, sir, what is important, discipline or consistency or confidence? So I tell, if you are disciplined, you
You'll
can be
automatically be
you can be
consistent
yeah, you will be confident, you
and
will be
consistent.
you will be consistent, everything, because discipline is very important to be consistent, discipline is very important to be confident. So that
Very
is how discipline is very important, and discipline is taught by grandparents, and that culture, tradition, everything, because they teach everything, and they will tell you the stories of Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan. They will teach you about Gita, Krishna. These things are not told in nuclear family, because
correct.
both are working and they don't
Yes.
have time.
No time.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so nuclear family, I don't believe that is joint family is good actually.
Okay. At the same time, what do you think the education, the burden of having to score marks, and you told me about the 67-33%, that was very good, that was really good, but how do you think the children will handle the peer pressure?
See, here I will tell you that I think I would have told you this thing actually. The education system is not good in
We
India.
spoke about that.
Yeah, definitely I will tell you today also that education system is not correct actually, because it is taken by student as a burden. And why it is so? Because the syllabus, the humongous syllabus, and this, because of this humongous syllabus, children get bored, and they have been given homeworks. I am not favor of that. If you are teaching in the school as well as you
School,
are giving
yes,
homework,
yes,
then when they will play, when will they play, when will they go outside, when will they enjoy with friends actually? So that is how I believe that, and how can it be possible if your syllabus is being reduced? Syllabus is reduced, then they will have time to enjoy also. And then teachers also can teach, means well, I tell, because
uh,
they will have enough time to teach. Syllabus will be less, no.
less,
and
yes.
and the, and teaching must be interactive, I tell you, engaging, involving. Teachers must interact students, and they must ask questions. I tell you, sometimes people ask me, sir, what do you think, when Google has come, and everything is there, so what is need of teachers?
mm,
Then I tell, okay, answers are there, no problem. But who will ask questions?
mm.
Who will ask questions? Only teachers can ask questions. Parents
Correct.
can ask questions. And if the student is not able to reply, they will tell. If he makes mistake, they will correct. So who will do these things? These activities are very important. So this
Very true.
and this cannot be done by Google Mama. So that is why teachers all are always important, are needed, and parents are also important, because Google cannot ask questions. Google can give you answers. and
Answers.
and second thing, if Google, if you ask one question, he will give you 10 answers.
Correct.
Now
Correct.
sort it out, find the correct answer, and
Correct.
which answer is correct you don't know, and that is how you cannot learn anything.
Very true. Very true. Nicely put. I like the Google Baba. Nice. That was very nice. I know. And we used to have a period in school called moral
moral
studies,
moral
moral
science,
science.
nothing,
Now
yeah,
they
nothing.
don't have it now.
Not
They
at
don't
all,
have a
not at
period like that. That taught you so much, like stories from Panchatantra and so many
Yeah,
nice stories.
we were taught many stories.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. And now, they don't have a period like moral science. They
No,
don't have.
no, I don't think so, because actually syllabus is too much, and I tell you, the syllabus which must be there in the books is not there. Like I told you that they are reducing the
Yeah,
grammar portion, and
reducing the
grammar is
grammar.
very important. Unless you know proper grammar, you cannot attempt those competitive exams. And
Correct.
because all the competitive exams ask grammar, and you
Absolutely.
have not been taught grammar in the school, so how can you solve the questions? So that is how it is not correct.
When we studied, we had, Ren and Martin grammar.
Yeah,
We
and I
had,
studied all grammars,
Ren and Martin was
and
our
I tell
Bible.
Yeah,
Uh,
I tell you, parsing. I studied. Nowadays, it is not there in the course. Parsing. Suppose I am studying noun, noun parts of it. So noun, I was taught what is noun, how many kinds of nouns,
down.
how are they used, and at the same time, how many functions of noun, like subject of the verb, object of the verb, complement of the verb. These all things were taught. And now, and possessive noun also, Ram's pen. These are not taught nowadays. These are very important things. So we were taught that thing. So this is how I tell you that syllabus must be increased in grammar and not other
Other
subjects,
things.
because it
Yes.
is very
Yes.
important.
Correct.
If you want your child to be selected in the exams, competitive exams, so they must know good grammar. So
Correct.
that is why I always suggest that grammar in the syllabus, grammar must be increased.
Correct. Very true. Absolutely right. And there is an imbalance. There is an absolute imbalance in the curriculum.
Yeah,
I would say
definitely.
there is an imbalance.
Definitely,
Okay.
you can see the bag. Means that I told you, humongous bag also.
You,
Means
yeah,
it is very 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 means heavy.
yeah, it's
The
bad for the
children
spine
sometimes
also.
sometimes children are not able to lift it.
Correct.
So heavy.
Right.
Why it is so? Actually, I believe that this syllabus must be reduced, and syllabus of English must be increased, and interaction must be taken place in the school colleges,
School
so
college.
that students can involve in that activities, and they must not get bored. They must not sleep in the class. I tell you, many students sleep because they are getting
Board.
bored. They are
Yeah.
getting bored. Yeah. So
That
teachers,
monotony. You
yeah,
spoke about
yeah,
monotony also. That
yeah.
is,
That is why.
oh yeah.
That is
Nobody.
why.
Nobody.
Yeah, that is why I have used those techniques which
Mm,
I tell this is not correct. So my class was always interactive. I tell you, I told you, I think I always tell my students make mistakes, and
correct.
that
Correct.
is not in my time. We were not allowed to make mistakes.
Allowed to make
And
mistakes, but
I tell you, that is why we could not learn a lot. But
absolutely right.
because if you make mistakes, you will learn. If you make mistakes, you will learn. So many things you can learn by making mistakes. So I was not given the opportunity to make mistake, or I was not given that a freedom to make mistake. So that is why I believe ask students to make mistake, and then they will learn.
Right. Very true. Unless you make mistakes, you will not be corrected.
Yeah, and you will not learn new things.
Yes,
And,
you would
not
learn
only
it.
this, not only this, you will be afraid of doing anything in the future.
Mm,
In
very
the
true.
career, whenever you will go to do something, you will be afraid of making mistake. Oh my god, what
Yeah,
if I will make mistake, what if I make mistake? So that is how you will be afraid throughout the life. So give the liberty to make mistakes, students, and I
correct.
I always give.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100% on that. That would give them more confidence to speak and to
Yeah.
ask. Let them ask questions. Let them make mistakes. Everything is about learning is fun actually, and learning is something that never ends. You'll
No,
be a
no, no,
learner for the
learning
rest
is
of your life.
learning is lifelong process,
Yeah,
lifelong process.
yeah. For the rest of your life, you're
We
going to
will
be
learn
learning.
till death, till death we will learn.
I'm going to be learning from you. You're going to be learning from me. We are going to be learning from others, and it's a
Yeah,
continuous process.
we can learn from anybody, we can
Yes,
learn from peon of the office,
yes, yes, yes.
many things he will be knowing, I don't know. So when many things I will be knowing, he doesn't know. So that is how we can learn from our juniors, our subordinates, even our servants.
Correct, correct, correct.
because
Absolutely right.
because god has given talent to everybody, some
Yes,
different talent. So
yes.
the talent which you have must not be there in
Even
him, or
in
the
the
talent
way,
what he
yeah,
yeah, what he has may not be there with you. So that is how you can share that talent.
beautiful. That's very well put. Correct. So, in a nutshell, what did you say today? Summarize your conversation.
Yeah, so I would like to summarize this conversation that uh, instead of beating, scolding, you just encourage your children and love them and say many times, I love you, my child. I love you. This will make a greater effect, I tell you, and
Impact.
the
Yeah,
child will be so emotional, and
yeah.
he will start loving you. I tell you, whatever you give, you get it
Yes,
back,
yes.
because this is a very correct thing. When you give love, you will get love. When you will scold, he will have that means
Anger in him.
grudges, and
Mm,
then in the future he will remember that you beat him in the childhood, and that thing must not be there in the mind. So if
correct.
you love him and he will take care, then when you will grow old, he will take care of you because you have taken care in his childhood.
Right.
So
Perfect.
that is why parenting must be like this actually.
Correct.
Encouragement, love,
Correct.
these things
Correct.
must be there. And you
Yes.
can teach everything by loving also, by
Oh,
by
yes.
by by polite language also. You can do. But why to beat? Why to scold? It is
Correct.
not, because I tell you, the child of human being and the child of animal, what is the difference? I tell you, the difference is animals child or children or kids may be raised without any help. They raise themselves. But
Themselves.
children or child must be nurtured in a proper way,
Correct.
must be given care, and then you can make him whatever you want.
Very nice. So there is a difference between being firm and being rude, being
Yes.
assertive and being rude. That is it. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. We've come to the end of the session, and my quickest 25 minutes are with you.
Actually,
Very
I be-
interesting, very
yeah,
interesting person you are. Very interesting. Thank you so much for joining my session again, and have a great, great, great evening ahead.
yeah, same to
So
you. Yeah,
we'll think of a nice topic for you
yeah, okay,
next time. Okay.
definitely. Thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
All
Bye.
the very
Bye.
best.